Good afternoon, Mr. and Mrs. Latino America, and all the Chiva hermanas and Chiva hermanos around the globe. All the mothers and misters, Chiva brothers and sisters. Welcome to We Go Chu Live, transmitting directly from La Perla Tapatía, home to the most glorious of teams, el Club Deportivo Guadalajara. Bienvenidos todos a We Go Chu Live. Joining me today are our co-hosts, Gabriela Silva. ¿Cómo estás, Gabi?
Hi, Robert. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of We Go To Live. So happy to be back here and already seeing a lot of movement in the chat. So please feel free to interact with us over there and let us know what you think. Alfredo, how are you?
Hi, Gabby. Hi, Robert. Hi, Hermanos. Big shout out to everyone in the chat, especially to Curtis Williams, who is always usually the very first message in the chat. I'm looking forward to Clásico Tapatío taking place this weekend. Also looking forward for maybe, possibly, probably Licha getting her 100th goal with El Rebaño Sagrado this upcoming match day against Toluca. And there's plenty to talk about. Speaking about special goals, special landmarks, we have some stories regarding the 4,000 goals scored by Ricardo Marin last weekend. So plenty of Chiva talk, plenty of action going on, and more than ready for today's show. More than excited to be here with you guys.
But before that,
we have a special announcement. Let's go.
Mucha sangre y con mucho sudor, Chivas elimina al Atlas. El segundo aparece el Tiva y con la cabeza nos pone a soñar y a creer.
who needed reminding the oldest derby in Mexican soccer history? We're excited about it. People are talking about it. And if you've made it here to this light in this dark wormhole that becomes Chivas all of a sudden when things just get out of hand, then welcome, because you finally made it to the Chivaverse, where we will be talking about the Clásico. We will be discussing other things, but we do need to mention what has been happening, what's going on in the Chivaverse right now. I'm sure everybody's going to want to make comments about it. We're going to be strictly objective to what's going on in our Chivaverse. We know that 3 players have been separated from the team. There was an internal rule broken, and rules are rules. I'm sure we're all just freaking out because, oh my Lord, there's 2 important players there. But Vega and Chicote and Martinez, they knew what they were doing. But that's not up for us to talk about. We know there's something out there. We know that something is going on. And just stay attention to the official channels. That's the only thing we could say. Pero si quieren hablar, you want to talk about it? We're here. You can go ahead and share your angst, because it's Semana de Clásico. So many things happening, and everything just overnight shakes our world. World. But like I said, we'll talk more about that if you like in the chat. If you want to join us as well, you know how to do it, right, Alfredo?
Exactly. Yes. Join us on the chat. Send a WhatsApp message to the number 3326672241, 3326672241, and you will get a link to hop into the show and come talk to us. Come talk with us. Share your opinions. Share your worries. If you are optimistic, also share it with us. Why not? We still have 6 matches left to go. So yeah, just let us know what you think. and send a WhatsApp message to the number on screen 33 26 67 241. Get a link from our media team and hop into the show to be here with us.
Thank you, Alfredo. You're getting good at that, saying that number. We need some music.
We
Right.
need the jingle. We need the jingle for that number.
We keep saying, and anybody out there that's a Chiva hermano that knows how to do that, please send us your auditionary jingles.
You guys, I think it's very important right now to take 1 minute to do our usual disclaimer, if you allow me to do so. So a lot of people in the chat. So if you're new here, let's just remind you that this is a content that we create, especially for all the Chiva hermanos outside Mexico, that we know there are a lot of them, and they mostly speak in English. But we can do this in Spanglish, in English, or we can maybe sometimes speak entirely in Spanish, and it's completely fine. But this content, we try to produce this entirely or most of the time in English for all the Chiva hermanos that live outside Mexico and speak mostly in English. So thank you for being here. Thank you for giving your feedback. And thank you for being here. And let us know what you think in the comment section. I'm seeing a lot of comments right now. So if you want to be here, remember, you have to dial the number. Send him a WhatsApp message. Alfredo already knows the drill, but
right.
you get it.
Yeah, on screen. And speaking about on screen, we have an MVP for the week, don't we?
That's right, baby. Where's the drum roll? That's another thing. But this time, my friends, I'm not going to tell you who it is. I want you to guess. All right? He's 25 years old. He was born in Mexico City. He's 1 meter 81 centimeters tall. He plays forward. He's left-footed, and he scored Chivas' 4,000th goal.
Finally.
Finally.
Who was it?
Who was it?
Who did it? It was Ricardo Marin. That's his second goal of the season, and at what a time.
What a time.
It was magnificent. He rose up to the occasion when the panorama looked the darkest, and he was this week's MVP. No,
very well deserved.
Well deserved, yes.
Destiny was gratifying with Ricardo Marin because he had been deserving an MVP already in the last weeks because he's a fighter, he's a warrior, and he gives himself for the team. He gives it all for the team. So very well deserved for Ricardo Marin, who is giving a very, very good impression in his first tournament with Chivas.
Yes, he's played 11 games this season.
And I called it.
What?
I called it. I said, so I'm sorry, but this is like, I'm super hyped because a couple of weeks ago, we were talking about it. And who was the 1,000 goal? And we were talking about this, and Rodri said that it was going to be Marin. And we were all talking about Marin and how he deserves this kind of historical, goal, the 4,000 goal. I mean, it's super easy to say it, but it's history in the making right there. But he deserves it. I think it's his time to shine and to prove what he has and what he can bring to the table. And I'm so happy for him. So yeah, I called it.
He's, the thing is that he's very how can I say? He works quietly.
Right.
He works quietly, and not many people may pay attention to the time. He's moving constantly from midfield support to his position as a 9, or he's versatile. He moves all over that front area. And yes, he deserved that goal. Finally, but the pass was half the goal. Check it out. Look at Mozo.
Magnificent. As Robert says, yes. Magnificent.
Magnificent. Marvelous. It was magnificent. Look at how he got up. His face was, transformed. And look at the team. Look at the body language from Toluca.
Right.
Yeah.
Look at the players. I mean, that's the moment that the true ninja needs to take advantage of. Because you broke their spirit right there. They were all over us, man.
They were.
They were all over us. And
Yes,
Tala, we're going to talk about Tala in a little bit, but Tala Rangel, Papa, what a
another,
debut,
yeah,
right?
another guy whose
Yeah,
week,
yeah.
I mean, whose weekly effort during a lot of time gave him his compensation, right?
Finally, his compensation, yes. But Ricardo Marin. Actually, I looked him up in the transfer market because I was looking for some bio data, and he is currently valued at over 1 million euros.
Okay.
1 million
Oh
euros. So
wow,
he's
nice.
going up. He's moving up. That's a
Yeah.
lot of caguamas. I don't think that's a bad, number to start with. But did you know also in an interview when he started with Guadalajara, I have his interview questions here, and you'll never know, you'll never guess about these 5 things about Ricardo Marin. All right, let's see if you guys remember. What is his favorite food? Anybody in the chat know what his favorite food
What?
is?
His favorite food?
Yeah. These were the questions they asked him.
Oh wow. Okay. Is it a
It's
Mexican dish?
of course it is. Very,
Pozole.
very Mexican. It starts with green and ends with enchiladas. Or mole enchiladas. He likes enchiladas, but
Enchiladas.
only if they have been prepared by his mom.
Aw. Of
This
course.
is true stuff. This is true
Of
stuff.
course.
Okay. His favorite hobby is to hang out with his brothers. But do you think he plays soccer with his brothers, with his siblings?
Did he?
No. He goes bowling with them.
A
And
bowling?
he plays video games, or he just simply goes with them for a walk in the plaza. That's
Nice.
cool, man. Family, man. And his little brothers, right? His brothers. Third thing that he thought as his most favorite is he enjoys watching suspenseful movies. However, Generation Xer, his favorite is Harry Potter saga.
Oh my gosh! Of course,
Of
and
course.
that's suspenseful. That's not a scary movie. Come on.
No, there's scary parts. There's scary parts. And one of his favorites, and I love his choice, is The Pursuit of Happiness.
Oh,
The
of
movie
course.
with Will
Beautiful.
Smith. That's a
Yeah.
true story. Whoa, I love that story. It really
Beautiful movie.
brings me to tears all the time. He loves tacos, but only those from El Remolquito, which he visits every time he goes to the red and white capital.
Of
I don't know. Have
course,
you ever
the
been there,
best tacos
Gabi?
in the-
El Remolquito? Yeah. Remolquito. And in his free times, his favorite video game to play is Fortnite.
No, I
Sure.
love that game. I love that video game.
I hate Fortnite.
You do?
Yeah, I die too fast.
It's kind of addictive. I like
It
the
is.
weeks, yeah. The first few weeks after college that I wasn't employed, I used to play for Fortnite. all
Fortnite.
day.
I'm too old for
O sea,
that.
ayer.
Kind of, not
Kind of. Everybody still plays video games.
I'm too
But
old
hey.
for that.
Nah.
I'm Mario Kart and Mario
Oh, yeah.
and this stuff.
Yeah.
Like Fortnite, Roblox is my kids right now. Like I'm like, no, I don't get it. I don't
I
get
don't
it.
know.
Mario Kart.
I just press the buttons really fast.
Yeah.
And that's it. So
So-
before we go on, big shout out to Ricardo Marin. If you're out there in the Chivaverse, hope you feel our good vibes, man.
If you're
Dios te
watching,
bendiga. Keep making goals, please. Yes, I want
Please.
3 for this Saturday, please.
That would be
From
fun.
El
Oh my gosh.
Remolquito.
That
And
would be
that's
fun.
it.
All right, my friend. Now into the juicy, fruity part of the show. Everybody's dying. The chat is alive and afire with comments.
Yeah,
and look at that. Se están peleando entre ellos mismos.
Yeah, I mean, I was going
Magnificent.
to say, I mean, I love that it's so much movement in the chat. I
Yeah.
love it. Just, I mean, if I can
Keep it
ask for
clean.
something, just be nice and be nice to one another. You know,
Yeah.
just be nice to each other. And yeah, we read everything. We read absolutely everything you're posting right now. Just be nice. I mean, yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I've
Yo,
just be
highlighted.
nice.
What's that?
Speaking about the comment section,
What does that mean?
Yeah, speaking about the comment section, I have highlighted one by Edson Pacheco, who apparently was on the at the match last Sunday against Toluca. So Edson Pacheco says that he doesn't understand why the media says fans are separating from Chivas, because he went to the Toluca game and he made it safe to the game, and he's pretty sure that Chivas fans made Chivas feel at home during a lot of moments, and that's a tough stadium because Los Rojos del Toluca, they're a strong fan base, and we felt like home. So thank you, Edson Pacheco, for giving that insight. You were at the game, and thanks, bro.
I think that if anybody, like we've been speaking and talking about um, in recent weeks, because, well, things have not been what we've expected them to be, but we need to be objective about what we're seeing, okay, what we're looking at. And that's the only thing. And another thing, everybody who's on the chat, a ver, es un clásico, es un clásico. All right, we're going to talk about Toluca right now, but es un clásico. Anything can happen in a clásico.
Right.
And many times those who just keep talking, well, they don't, do what they need to do with their feet. But anyway, let's just talk about the facts, all right? Let's talk about Chivas Varonil against Toluca, a tough match. Alfredo, I don't know how you saw it. There were moments where my heart stopped, okay? Like, yes. I was just, Tala did a magnificent job, and yes, we are going to give him his spot. And the 4,000th goal was scored there. But I feel that there was a general impression that at any moment, Toluca was going to roll over us.
Yes.
I don't know what you saw.
I saw something pretty similar, as you say, and I saw in the second half, I saw, of course, Chivas team with more initiative, which, of course, I mean, we had to tie the game. We were the ones losing. We left some spaces behind. We could have get scored on for a second time. We took risks. And we took them. We were fast at the back, like whenever we were gonna get counter attack. I think we reacted fast. We were solidar. There was a lot of solidarity in the relays. But yeah, I mean, Toluca is playing pretty well. They're in good shape. And I mean, Chivas. I think that we gave it all to tie the match. I saw a lot of effort by the team. To tie the match in a tough situation, but yeah, it was a tough match for both teams. But I think that we gave it all to tie it. We managed to tie it, and I don't know if we had enough gas in the tank to look for the winner.
Well, we missed quite a few,
right?
And that's another thing. Is yes, but the truth is, guys, we need to win. And that's the only thing that's going to be, how can I say, something that will be able to take away this feeling. Yes, we lost. We did lose. Yeah. But there was improvement. Again, I'm just being optimistic. Of course, I'm being optimistic because I'm not going to fall into all of this talking head, smoke and ladders and mirrors and chaquitas. If I'm a Chivas fan, I have to stay optimistic.
Right.
I want them to win. They're going to win. Do I feel happy when they lose? Of course not. But what am I going to do? Be immature and start talking about all of the stuff that I don't know what is happening behind closed doors? Obviously, there was a problem. The problem's being taken care of. Yeah.
It has been taken care of.
Let's be objective. I think the changes in the second half brought definite structure to the team. Hopefully, this is going to be something that they will come out with from the first minute. Yeah. We need that. We started again strong, 20 minutes, and then boom.
Mm-hmm.
Check it out. We've been saying it. And all I've been hearing is, that this guy that. You guys don't know what you're talking about. Yes, and it sucks. 6 games without losing. Jose Juarez, Josue, 6 games. Do you have anything positive to say, my friend? Because everything you're saying is negative. I don't think you're a Chivas fan.
And we still have 6 games ahead, so that's to see it fine. I mean, we're in the 7th place. That's sort of playing that the Liga MX has installed this tournament. Remember that there's no longer the repechaje, but the what happens is that the first 6 make it straight into Liguilla, then the 7th and the 8th play for a plane, and then the 9th and the 10th also dispute a plane who will play the match, the last spot against the loser of the 7th and the 8th. So yeah, I mean the table situation is not that bad. Of course, the last few matches, like we definitely have to improve, and of course I wouldn't say that we need a win, but we urge a win. Like it was due yesterday, and we're aware of that. But yeah, like just take a look at the fact that we still have 6 matches, which is 18 points. 18 points, especially in Liga MX, which is a short tournament, is a lot. There's still plenty,
Definitely.
plenty to play for.
There's plenty to play for, and I agree with you 100%. But stoically speaking, we need to live our moment. We
Right.
can't think about the next game. We got to think about this one. And Chivas has to win this game. And Chivas has to win the next game. And that's the way it is. Chivas has to win. Something's going on we don't know about. Well, we don't know about it. Chivas has to win, and they will.
Yeah, and Chivas is
will
always
win.
the center of attention. It's
Of course.
like if the team loses, it gets over dramatized and everything. I heard there was a Atlas had a media day before El Clásico Tapatío today, and everything. All the questions journalists were asking were about Chivas. Like they were only
They were more
asking.
concerned about us.
Yeah, they were only talking about Chivas at an Atlas press conference.
Yeah. They were like, I'm glad Chivas lost against Tigres in the semifinal.
Yeah.
And the problems that Chivas are having is like this, but you can't be stupid. And dude, talk about your team. Let's talk about Atlas. I see a strong Atlas. Atlas.
Yeah, but something I want to highlight a comment that I saw, and I actually pinned Mr. Producer from Curtis, our good friend Curtis Williams. He asks, and Robert, I think this question is for you. He asks, all right, fellow Chiva hermanos and Chiva hermanas, what is it about El Clásico Tapatío that makes it so special? I'm ready to learn all about it. Robert, you have the floor, my friend.
Thank you for that. I don't know if I'm the person to talk about this, but definitely Chivas has 2 great rivalries. Okay? There's no 4 grandes. There's 2 grandes. That's Chivas and America right now.
Sure.
One for history and one with numbers. But the rivalry versus Atlas is the eldest rivalry in Mexican football. When football was not professional in the amateur days in Guadalajara, okay, there were many teams. But the 2 teams that directly represented the 2 sides, let's say, of the city, of the post-revolutionary Guadalajara, were Atlas and Chivas. And Chivas mostly came from the working class. That's how it was perceived. They were working class fellows who got together on weekends and played soccer. The other group were Atlas. And Atlas were known to be, let's say, of the more wealthy class.
The higher class, yeah.
Yes, a wealthier class
Wealthier, yes.
than our Chiva hermanos. And they would play every weekend. Then tournaments started, and they started to continue to play. What was funny about this rivalry, and what I think, and why I call these guys our primos incómodos, is that the founders of Chivas, family of the founders of Chivas, were also the founders of Atlas, or played with Atlas. So it was like a family feud, you know? It
Mhm.
was brothers, sometimes, well, it was cousins usually against each other. I've never heard a case of one brother playing in Atlas or the other brother playing in Chivas. And of course, this eternal rivalry has been, how can I say, we have dominated this rivalry.
Right.
Sure.
Okay. The numbers show it. Right now, we're going through a rough period, but we knocked them out. Blast
We did.
Liguilla. I don't know if they remember that because, like I said, they're just talking. They should have talked about that. But that's in a nutshell the rivalry. It's 100-year rival, more than 100 years now.
And that's the
And
team, and it's the team that we most scored against, right?
Right.
yes,
Yes.
That's
200,
an important fact.
yes.
So
246 goals.
yeah, there you
Yeah.
go. So it's more about claiming the city,
yeah,
if you will. It's more about de quién es Guadalajara, like something like that. It's rojiblanco or rojinegro. So that's the discussion mainly, Curtis. I hope we answered your question. We talk, and I mean, we know there are a lot of clásicos. We know what clásico is the most important clásico in Mexican football, but Chivas Atlas is because of like pride of the city.
Yeah.
That's the main reason about Clásico Tapatío. That's why it's called Tapatío, because it's in Guadalajara.
that's right. And these Chiva wannabes at Atlas, okay, they're Atlas de closet because they all know it. They're just envious, and that's why this rivalry is so bitter. It's just so hard. It's so hard. It's difficult to swallow, but there have been victories on both sides. Yeah.
Yeah.
And this weekend, there's going to be a victory, and it's going to be
Of
a
course.
team from Guadalajara. It's going to be Chivas, man. Hell yeah.
Of course, it's going to be Chivas.
It's gonna be Chivas.
Yeah.
So let's talk. Atlas is playing well. They look good. They look good. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're not having the trouble that we're having right now, but they still play that same sort of defensive football. I think it's going to be a good match. I really do believe it's going to be a good match. Atlas knows that they can't talk big about Chivas because if they lose against Chivas, it's like if they lost all of the games in the league, okay, in the tournament, excuse me, because that is really their hiatus. That
Right.
okay, and so it's a clásico,
It
and
is.
we're going to be talking about some goals that we saw in some beautiful clásicos. Okay, so yes, Atlas is coming strong. I still believe in my Chivas. Yeah, we have a strong team, notwithstanding the absences that we will be having this weekend. Okay, we have a good team.
We
It's
have a good
just
team.
they got to come out and they got to prove it.
Right. And it's
Basta de
important to win.
palabras.
It's important to win because we're actually tied in points against Atlas at the moment at 15. However, we have played one more match. So
Yeah.
we got to win to go 3 ahead. And then if they win their pending match, like we're going to be tied, worst case scenario again. So it's important to leave them behind. Yeah.
Of course.
And right. And we
Let's
have,
take a look at those goles.
yeah, let's take a look at that.
Los goles.
Lovely.
Right. That's what we were talking about, the graphic that that Gabby was speaking about earlier, that actually Atlas is the team that against which Chivas has scored the most against, 246 goals. Then at 238 we have America, Atlante at 214, classic of Liga MX. Atlante, of course, a world-known Liga MX team right now in Liga Expansión. We have scored 205 against Rayados de Monterrey and León with 197. But if we keep the streak that we're having against León in the last few matches, we're gonna be over 200 pretty soon. But yes, the main point is that Atlas is the team we have scored the most goals against in professional era with 246 out of the 4,000 goals that we have scored. 246 have been against Atlas.
Interesting. So
I
why
wanna
don't
see
we
those.
watch? So why don't we watch a couple of the great goals that we scored against Atlas? Okay, who is that?
Angel Saldívar. Yeah,
Chelo.
great player. Yeah,
Chelo.
Chelo.
He gave all heart, my friend. And this guy, in a time of Chivas Flacas, Rafa Marquez.
Rafa Marquez Lugo.
I would cheer for him. I would like, yo, whoa, 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 whoa. I remember those games from Akron. Orbelan, Pineda. And that, look at that flip. I always think he's going to break his legs when he does that. Jair Pereira.
Jair Pereira.
Comandante.
Clausura 2016.
Lovely. Look at that, baby. Couldn't reach that. Adios, Nicanor. And then we have Uriel Antuna.
El Brujo.
Uriel, when he was El Brujo, when he was doing his magic, he was on fire.
On fire.
Oh, yeah. Between the legs of the defender. Beautiful goal. De Sotana.
JJ Macias.
JJ.
Soon to be back, Mr. JJ. Boom, baby.
Boom.
Hermoso.
Boom in the same game.
The same match. Yeah.
In the same match. Yeah.
What a way to finish.
Boom, boom.
Marco Fabian. I won a jersey over that one. I called all of the goals.
Oh, yeah.
Fabian, of
yes.
course.
And guys, wait a minute. Wait, look at that.
Crazy.
Amazing.
And I need everybody to just be quiet for a second. Check this out.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be fun.
De cabeza, pero no, la metió con el corazón. Gol de Tiva, gol de Chivas, se empató el global y estamos acariciando la semifinal. Al 60 le clava el primer dardo al zorro. 1-0 el rebaño.
Qué servicio de Vega. Se ocupa todo el primer palo y al segundo aparece el Tiva y con la cabeza igual el global y nos pone a soñar y a creer. Y los cambios, espérame poquito.
Sí, no, obviamente todo la banca y el cuerpo técnico saltaron como si fueran atletas de salto olímpico. Qué
So yeah,
Beautiful.
That was a great goal by Tiva.
I think only a canterano could feel that kind of how can I say, majestic, glorious magnificence in scoring that goal.
Yeah.
Especially against Atlas.
And especially because it was a semi-final, right? So
Yes.
It was like
Quarterfinal. Yeah.
Quarterfinal.
Quarterfinal.
But yes, it was so important.
And
it was definitely, and mostly cayó bocas.
He did.
Yeah. Because we weren't the favorites. We were the this, we were the that. It's the same thing, my friends. Yeah. If we have the spirit, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. And like I was saying, those goals by Marco Fabian.
Right.
I got a couple stories to tell you guys, man. This is a true story. I'm not lying. I was driving in my car and I heard on the radio they were giving away the jersey, a player's jersey from that season. And I love that jersey. That jersey is beautiful.
Yes.
And anyway, they said the only thing you have to do is tell me the final score. Yeah, the final score of that match. Yeah. And I got it. I got the final score. I called in. I stopped my car, and actually, there was at that time, I had to stop to dial the cell phone. I called it in, and then the next week when I went to pick up the jersey, the guys were like, "How the hell were you able to predict? Was it 4-1? No, was it 4-1 that final score of that match?" I was like, I felt it. And no, I told them objectively, look, Atlas is not playing very well defensively. And I explained it to them. And that's how I looked at football, really. And that's how I still do it today. obviously, when my passion gets control of me, I go berserk and I have to bite my lip a little bit. But if you look at football objectively, you can call these plays, even numerically, almost not statistically, but almost numerically, by
Yeah.
just looking at the numbers. Look at Chivas' numbers; they're not bad. We're just not making goals,
Right.
and they're making lots against us. Oh,
Yeah.
but look at that! Look at this.
It's
That was
yeah.
beautiful. And
Beautiful.
who was the coach then?
Oh, the man, the
Right.
boss. Yes, he
So
was the coach by then, and he hopefully he will be the coach for many more years to come.
we have good numbers. Pauno has good numbers against Atlas.
He
Okay, it's
has,
two
yes,
wins, a tie, and I
Two
think
wins, a tie,
two
and a
wins, a
loss.
tie, and a
the
loss, right?
three, yeah, the 3-3 from last regular season, last tournament. And speaking about that 3-3, in that list of great goals, I would have to add one by Roberto Alvarado. I don't know if you guys remember, it was pretty early. I think it was the 1-0. I think it was like at the fourth minute at the Estadio Jalisco. He made a beautiful run from behind, all the way sneaking to the kitchen and finished with very little angle. It was a great goal by Piojo.
Mi piojo.
Yes. Mi Piojo.
Mi
And a lot
piojo.
of, a lot of the things that I'm looking at these goals, a lot of our things that has been happening too, some funny stuff happening when we're looking at refereeing, don't you think? A lot of calls that hadn't been made, perhaps, in that game in particular that you're talking about, Alfredo.
Yeah,
I remember
that
there
up.
was a penalty that was not marked in that match.
Right,
And I remember that goal because it was the turning point, man.
right. It was,
Chivas
yes.
was going to turn on the gas. I saw it happen.
Yeah, we kicked off strong. Like we were winning by two. We were winning by 2-0, like at the 20th minute, something like that. And well, speaking
And
about
it was really hot that day.
yeah, about referee mistakes, we've had quite a few this week, this tournament, haven't we? Against us,
Yeah, looks like it.
Strangely enough.
yeah, against Juarez, against Monterrey. Um, last weekend against Toluca, the penalty not called on Piojo Alvarado, which was a clear penalty. But well, I mean, hopefully they give us some now that they've taken away some.
Let's talk about something. Where can we watch the match, guys? Come on. Hopefully, you will watch it on Chivas TV. Yeah, because the Banco has the best play-by-play. I love the way Chivas does the matches. I mean, I
I
told
love it.
you, if it's more or less coincides, I will turn off the whatever I'm watching on television and listen to the play-by-play because it's a truly red and white experience. So, where can we watch this red and white experience?
Where can we watch? En México, por la señal más rojiblanca, Chivas TV, TUDN, VIX y Televisión Azteca. And in the United States, por Telemundo Deportes, as usual, in English and in Spanish.
Right. And if you, exactly, and you can also listen, as Robert said, you can listen to the play-by-play on El Palco de Chivas TV, which is on this channel, on our YouTube channel. If you'd like to listen to the Chivas TV call, the play-by-play, and if you're watching it in any other TV network, you can still tune in YouTube on your phone or in your computer, listen to the Chivas TV audio, and watch the match on other, on other TV network if you're not watching it on Chivas TV. And this applies especially to the Chivermanos in the United States who who won't have the match on Chivas TV on TV on screen, but of course they will watch it on Telemundo. But if you'd like to listen to the play-by-play of Chivas TV, you can watch the Telemundo screen and listen to the play-by-play of El Palco de Chivas TV here on our YouTube channel.
And also, just a little to clarify, it says that it's 7 p.m., but it's actually 6:30.
Right.
So
Thanks. You
keep
caught
that
that,
in
Gabby.
mind.
Yes.
Just keep that in mind. It's 6:30 Mexico time. You do the conversion to the other time zones.
Right.
Yeah, we're not mathematicians.
Right. So everybody in the chat, thank you so much for interacting with us. Just please be nice to one another. And yeah, we are all, I think we are all Chiva hermanos in the chat, and we are all talking about practically the same subjects. So just be nice. We are reading absolutely everything.
We're
Everything.
checking you out. We're listening to you. We believe the same things as you. But if
Right.
we have a bad attitude, nothing's going to get worked. It's not your, what if, let's say, you're having a bad attitude? Something doesn't go our way this weekend. What are you going to destroy your TV like those guys we see on, on the memes and reels? And really? Come on. Come on, my friends. Let's
Yes, and
enjoy this. We're going to win.
we're not
You
acting that everything. We're not acting like everything is fine. Actually, we
No.
acknowledge that everything
Yes.
is not fine.
And everybody is
But
asking, please talk. We already talked about it.
Yeah. Ya
Please
estuvo.
exactly.
go to the site and
Yeah.
read the press release, and there it is.
You
We
know
already
who's
talked
doing
about it.
fine? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, press release, and because we're the official voice. But you know who's doing fine? The girls are doing pretty well, actually. Um,
Yes.
Of
yeah,
course, the
yeah, the girls
chingonas being chingonas.
exactly.
The chingonas doing chingona stuff,
That's
Yes,
right.
yes,
right?
Let's talk about the chingonas. Let's
yes,
talk about how they did. And if you were watching, I was flabbergasted by the result. It
Yes.
was magnificent. Not just any team can score five pepinos in one match.
Five. And
Five.
guess,
I was just like, ¿qué pasa? ¿Qué
oh,
pasa?
and guess who
Gabi,
is
take over,
one?
please.
And guess who is one goal away from the 100 goal with Chivas? Yes, ma'am. Licha Cervantes is in el lichómetro is at 99 goals. We were all predicting actually that she was going to score it here because it would have been awesome if she had scored it in el Akron. But that didn't happen. But again, with doblete, like she's scoring 2 goals every single game at least. So
Mhm.
that's incredible. That's incredible. So she's currently at the 99 goal mark, which is very exciting. So we are so excited to watch her score that goal. And yes, it was Feria de Goles in el Akron. As usual, like we kind of know that feeling, our chingonas doing chingona stuff. And again, more points to the bag, another win under our belts. Incredible as usual. And we had a couple of new faces. Alfredo?
Yes, we had a special debut this last Sunday at the Estadio AKRON against Mazatlan. Here we have a bright future ahead, and there's a canterana who actually made her debut under El Tano Espinelli, and actually there's quite a few, right? There's quite a few, but the latest one to make her debut was Vanessa Gonzalez Perez. He was born in 2006, so she's about to turn 17. She's 16 at the moment. She's from Guadalajara, and as I said, she made her debut last Sunday. She's a right-footed footballer. She's very agile, and she has a great performance on the wing, especially on the right. Her she kicked off her formative process in the Cantera Rojiblanca back in Apertura 2021. So she's been with us for 2 years since she was 14, and she's been one of the most regular players with the Cantera. So big shout out to Vanessa Gonzalez, who made her debut against Mazatlan. on Sunday. And we also had the debut of Carol Luna. She is the daughter. She was born in Michigan, but she's daughter of Mexican parents. And she was actually seen. She was noticed in the visorías of El Club Guadalajara that the club makes constantly in the United States. She is a midfielder, an offensive midfielder with great technique, with great vision and speed. And when she got into Chivas, she got into the under 19 squad, and she has actually had a very good adaptation, especially coming from abroad. So those are the latest debutants with El Rebaño Sagrado, Citlali Carol Luna and Cintia Vanessa González.
Oh, can we please talk about that golazo from La Doctora del Gol? Oh my goodness.
I know. I was going to say, let's talk
Oh
about
my
these
gosh.
goals. Look at that.
Feria de goles, as usual. Like, we're used to this, right?
But Vanessa, I mean, you couldn't tell she was a debutante.
That's what's happening with all these young girls that are joining the first team. Like, it's like they've been playing with the older ones for a while. It's incredible, that maturity. Like, I know I always try to use that word for some reason, but it's like so impressive. Like, they're not scared.
Look at
They're
that.
fearless. They bring everything. And again, having the trust of Tano Spinelli, being able to join the first team and being able to be in the starting 11, like, it's incredible to me. So
It's
yeah.
it's the Chiva Forces dream come true, I think, what we're seeing in Chivas Femenil. They're producing a lot of very good players,
Mhm.
and they're being promoted to the first team as they're moving up. I mean, look at her. She's what, 16, right? 16, 17?
Yes, and super young.
Super young.
Like,
And yes,
yeah,
the
we
producer's saying Chiva ADN. Yeah.
see, yeah, exactly that. ADN Chiva.
Yeah,
Exactly.
DNA. The Chiva DNA always will speak stronger because they have a lot to prove, but also because they love the team. And when
Exactly.
your legs can't do anymore, your heart will do the rest.
Sense of
So
identity. Yeah.
Yeah, and Miguel
Sense of
Uriarte,
belonging.
in the comment section, I think this is interesting because he says, although the girls play amazing, when was the last time we were champions? Hello,
It was pretty recent. It
hello.
was Clausura 2022.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and we've
I,
So
been
I
in the top 3 positions ever since.
yeah,
So, I mean, right now we're in the third position again, and again, we say this every single show. It's a very competitive season, this one for La
yeah,
Liga Femenil. Very, very, very close and very competitive.
I
But
think so.
I mean, we're up there as usual.
yes, it is. It is a very competitive league. I mean, just take a look at Pachuca. Pachuca Femenil has been a great team for a long time, and they haven't been champions yet. It's they have had some really good seasons, really good performances, but that title still resists for them.
Yeah. It's
Yeah, yeah,
only a year. It's a year. So,
and
Miguel, I see you've been really active in the comment section, and I just want to make something real clear here, quick, okay? Because your comments seem, you know, to have the negative side only, And I think that you need to first get your stats right, okay? Because Chivas Femenil was champions a little over a year ago, okay? Secondly, uh, you put something about state that you can't talk about something. We are not ordered to not talk about stuff. We're not going to talk about stuff we don't know about. Like you're talking about stuff you don't know about. I'm sorry, man. I have to call you out. But bro, get with it. Get with it. Are you with it or you're not with it? That's the only thing. Borrón y cuenta nueva. Let's go. We're talking about las chingonas right now. They are chingonas. They're winning. They're playing really good, man. Get with
they're
it,
playing
bro.
really good.
They're playing really good, man.
They're playing well, yeah, really, really
They're
well.
playing
And
bad.
I mean, yeah, because he also says American Tigres over us. I mean, sure, it's a very young league. It's been 6 years, and yes, of course, we all know Tigres has been the strongest of the league overall. But I mean, Chivas is right up there. And again, if we take out those numbers specifically about championships and every single season and the performance and the goals, and I mean, we have Licha, who was a Golden Boot not so long ago. I mean, if you add everything up, we have an amazing and very impressive team, and it's only growing and improving because we have Cantera. So we have these very young girls that are being promoted to the first team, and you love to see this because they're very young and they're trying their best and they're doing incredible. And I think the chemistry between them and Thanos Spinelli has been amazing, and you can see that on the pitch. So yeah, of course we can be critical and we can be analytical, whatever, but we have to see what is right in front of us. It's a great team.
Yes.
That's right.
Yes.
And Chivas,
Bam.
Las Chingonas are playing next Monday
Next Monday.
Yeah.
at the Nemesio 10
Yes, against the Luca
Stadium. And this is where we're going to see our Chingona Mayor put down her 100th goal.
Yes, en la bombonera,
I'm calling
el infierno.
In
Yes.
hell.
Yes, in hell he's
Monday.
going to score her.
What?
goal.
We've been in hell for so long.
Oh no.
I'm just
Yeah,
kidding.
it's all set. It's all set for
Yeah, don't worry. We're gonna flip it. We're gonna be champions this year, baby.
it's
Okay.
taking place. Yeah. Yeah, it's
Next
taking
Monday,
place.
they're gonna prove that La Chingona
Oh,
siguen
production is
siendo
saying
La
no.
Chingona.
Let her score in
Why?
an Akron.
Oh, okay. Let me send her a message.
Let's send Tano a message.
Yeah. Oh,
Hey.
she needs a rest.
Because she is getting a doblete. Mark my words.
Yep.
Hey, we want a big party for Licha at the Akron. I mean, the good side is
Oh,
that
that
if
would be
she
amazing. That would
if
be
she
amazing.
does it, if she does it in Toluca, we can actually prepare the party safely for the Akron, for the next match,
Yeah,
and maybe a nice tifo, and that'll be cool.
that would be very cool. Yeah.
Nemesio 10 Stadium. We're gonna
Yes.
do it in hell. All right, my friends. Before we go on, let's talk about El Tapatio.
Mhm.
Okay.
Our tapatio.
Another match. Our Tapatios, the Cantera. The next one's up. Tapatio is playing at home this Thursday night against Cimarrones. What do you guys think is going to happen, my friends? Tapatio played pretty well against Atlante. Remember Atlante? We just saw that they were
Mhm.
one of the big ones in the old days, remember?
Right.
My mom
Okay,
is a big fan of Atlante, by the way.
I was reading about Atlante when I was looking into the derbies, and Atlante and Necaxa and all of these teams from Mexico City are very local. Yeah. That those teams were born in those neighborhoods, and that
Right.
if you were from that team, you de cuna a la caja.
Yeah.
That's
Right.
how it was. So your mom's still Atlante?
Oh yeah, for sure. And she was so sad when they were relegated, and she was like, "Oh, but we're coming back." But yeah, she's a huge Atlante fan. Huge. I always tease her because I'm like, "Oh, you and other two." I'm sorry, mom.
I do miss Atlante though. I miss
Yeah,
Atlante.
they were fun to watch, and I went to a
Yeah,
bunch of games of them in El Azteca back in the day. But
They had a following. I think they failed when they went to Cancun. It wasn't the best move. Yeah, I
Right.
think because their fan base is at home.
Yep.
Right? Was it Cancun or am I saying the wrong place?
Yeah, Cancun.
You guys all looked at me like
No.
he's going to say something. Let's take a look at that goal from Tapatio versus Atlante so that we can wrap up and tell you guys where we can watch next Thursday's match.
So
Look at
Atlanta
that.
was ahead, right? And
Look
Yes.
at the minute.
Wow.
Look at the
9
time.
minute
Top
mark.
angle.
Look at the time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. And who was it?
Who was it?
Who was it? ADN, right?
Mhm.
Rojiblanca. actually even Rojiblanca from the Tapatio, because I remember his father, El Tilón Chavez, used to actually debuted with Tapatio and then moved up to the first team and was the precursor to those Super Chivas back in the day.
Oh,
I
El
remember
Tilón.
all that.
Yes.
El Tilón. Look at that. He just said, punterazo, vámonos. El que se quita, el no se quita.
You can see the technique in the shot, like because
What technique? It was la punta.
yeah,
Let's
but
look
like
at it.
after hitting it, his left leg stays up. You know, like he leaves it up. You know, because that speaks about the technique. It's like when you hit a tennis. You know, like when you hit a tennis racket and you finish off with the technique. It's pretty similar. He did.
It's like when you go through completely.
Yes, yes, exactly. When you go through, when you complete the movement, or like when you complete the swing in golf. Yeah.
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 So our Tapatio tied again.
Yeah,
I
it's
do see improvement. Tune is also, again, how do you pronounce this? Tune Wilke,
Wilke.
okay, was present. I think great things are coming. We need to just, again, be patient, be patient. My friends,
It's
I would love to
time.
stay with you. Yes, I would love to stay with you guys and talk. But we are now moving in to that last section and the saddest section. But I have to tell you guys, don't forget to be positive. Where are we going to watch Tapatio versus Cimarrones Thursday? 5 p.m. Mexican time, as you say.
Mexican time.
You guys do the
comparison to
numbers.
the other time
Yeah,
zone.
you do the numbers.
Yeah, so this is tomorrow.
You do it.
Right,
Yeah.
5 p.m. on TUDN, TVC Deportes, Fox Sports, and Claro Sports.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Tapatio, I want them to win so bad. I'm going to call it. They're going to win.
They're going to
And
win.
we're going to
They're gonna
just finish the season winning.
Every Chivas is going to win this weekend.
That's right. We're going to win, my friends. I see
remember we
people
have-
saying
Yeah,
Chivas
Clásico Tapatio
gana.
week. Clásico Tapatio week.
Clásico Tapatio week.
We have a full stadium, right? And congratulations to everybody that has Chiva Bono.
Yeah, sorry.
Big shout out to everyone that has Chiva Bono. So enjoy the game and have fun and stay safe. And arriba las Chivas.
And play nice.
Yes. Play nice.
Yes.
Play nice and be nice. Please.
Big shout out to Curtis, who is predicting a 3-1 win on Saturday. So that'll be good. That'll be good.
I agree with
Other
Curtis.
people, yeah. You know, it's after a bad time. It's if you come back with a win, winning with your people, it's good. You know, makes you reconciliate, makes you hug with the fan base. Hopefully we take it on Saturday.
Hopefully.
The only thing that's going to heal the wound is a win.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
A tie won't do it. Nothing else will do it but a win, my friends.
But a
Yes.
win. Yeah.
Me despido de todos ustedes. Everybody out there in the Chivaverse that understands what we're trying to do, we are with you. And all you Chivas de closet and all you Chiva haters way down inside in your little shriveled up hearts, we know you love Chivas. Okay? And all the fake Chivas, I know vemos. Chivas va a ganar. And I agree with Curtis. 3-1. We'll see you. Todos en el Akron. Peace.